Welcome back to another unsolicited and uneducated football analysis with your friend David Valentin. First of all, my apologies. I haven't been posting a lot of videos about the games. Unfortunately, on a personal note, I went on a business trip to Charlotte, and either on the way there or on the way back, I contracted COVID. Very disappointing. If you follow me on social media, you know I was I was beyond angry. Had taken precautions this whole time, had managed to stay healthy, and somebody willingly or unwillingly, or knowingly or unknowingly, that's the best description, flew sick, got me infected. It ruined a lot of plans that my family had for events that we were gonna partake in, and I missed the game against Houston where I was planning to see a lot of my friends from England that were gonna be there. Unfortunately, I had to cancel that. But this Wednesday, at least I get to see one of them before he goes back to England. Completely disappointing. So my apologies for that. I'm still recuperating. 2.5 weeks later, as you can hear my voice. So my apologies if I cough every now and then. So let's go to the football. Orlando City has hit its 17 game mark, meaning that we have reached the 50% of the season played already. We're fifth right now in the East. That may change, go down to 6 if New England wins their game tonight. We have a record of 7 wins, 6 losses, and 4 draws. And unfortunately, this past Friday, we dropped our second game against FC Cincinnati. While FC Cincinnati is making a meal out of this morsel of food, and I guess I would too if I won 4 wooden spoons in a row. If it took me 4 years to defeat Orlando City, they played us at the best of times. You know what I mean? Early in the season, the game that we played against them in Orlando, they won fair and square. But in this occasion, we had 5 of our starters not there. We have been rattled with suspensions, and we have been rattled with injuries, and I was just, regardless of who we played, the result was going to be the same. Aside from that, all the eggs are in the basket for the game on Wednesday. Open Cup right now, if we win the game against Nashville, that means that we will get to host the semifinal and quite possibly the final. If I'm not mistaken, that will be the course. So that will mean that every single of our Open Cup games we are playing at home. So to me, that's the best scenario possible. Now, our foes are Nashville and Red Bulls, 2 teams that have been our bogey teams as of late. But I have said, and I contend on this, that if you're gonna win something, you have to earn it. While other teams had the opportunity to waltz into the final of Open Cup by playing mostly USL teams or some of these lower leagues like NISA, UPSL, etc., with the exception of the Tampa Bay Rowdies, who are one of the best teams in USL Championship at the moment, we have played against some very tough competition. Philadelphia Union, in my opinion, they underestimated us, and by the time they woke up, it was too late. Miami came with one of the best Miami teams that I have seen in recent years. They really wanted to win this one, and they almost got away with it. Now we face Nashville. Nashville comes from defeating a very bad DC United team, a team that we're gonna be facing next month Monday at home ourselves. But they're coming inspired. They're coming on fire. What do we need to do in order to defeat the this Nashville SC team? I believe that the three keys to winning this game. First of all, the obvious. We need to have our best 11 on the pitch. No questions asked. In my opinion, we have to have Pedro Galese on goal. The time for allowing our second goalkeeper and our third string players, it's over. In my opinion, Oscar Pareja playing for his job, and I will give you my opinion on that in a second. So this is our best opportunity at winning a trophy. All we have to do is win 3 games, and we win it, and all of them at home, evidently. And then we get to lift a trophy, a very prestigious trophy, and the opportunity to go on CCL. So what do we have to do, in my opinion, is, again, like I said, the obvious, have our best 11, but also we need to score first. We have to score first. We have to force Nashville to chase the game. We got to take it the distance. We know that they are not good at penalty kicks. So if it gets there, we have the advantage. We have not lost a penalty kick shootout ever in the history of our club since 2011. And we have seen what Nashville is capable of. My money is in Orlando City, so we have to score first. And if we can't do that, we have to take them the distance. We have to take them to penalty kicks. That's my opinion. Personally, what needs to happen. As far as the league, let's say we lose Wednesday, well then we can put all our efforts into the league. Monday, we'll be playing at home against the DC United team, ushering a month of July that is jam-packed with games, I should say. That's on the 4th, DC United at home. That Saturday we'll be having Miami at home. Then we're going to go to Colorado on the road. Colorado, very difficult place to play. In my opinion, there's some Western teams that we haven't seen in a long time, like Vancouver or Minnesota or RSL or San Jose that I would have loved to play against. But powers to be said we have to play Colorado. We play Colorado. Like I said, this league is probably one of the most difficult places to play, a mile above sea level. So definitely it's gonna be a very difficult game against a very good team. And then we're gonna go to Atlanta, a place that is gonna be very, very hostile. And where Orlando, unfortunately, the only victory that it has achieved there was in an empty stadium. So psychologically, a victory against Atlanta with fans on the stands will be great. Unfortunately, the last time that we were there, again, it was one of those combinations of, the priority, it's this game, that game, that type of thing. As we continue playing between the league and the different tournaments that sometimes we're involved in. Then we return home against Philadelphia, a very good Philadelphia team, a team that we face in Open Cup, and a team that really, really, really resents us knocking them out of that tournament. And then we finish the month with an away game against DC. In my opinion, the DC games are winnable. They are not very good this year. Miami, it's a must win because it's a local derby. It's for pride, and also, not for nothing, in my opinion, Miami is a team that is very dangerous. Excuse me. It's a team that is going to try to snatch one of the lower seeds for playoffs, and they have the personnel. Campana, in my opinion, a very, very good striker, a very, very dangerous striker. I think while we give a lot of crap to Miami, of course, just to be trolls, but in all honesty, their issues with personnel are being corrected. Phil Neville, while a lot of people, including their fans, don't feel that he is the manager to take them into success, I have to give it up to him because he has not listened to the noise. He has concentrated in making the team a team that can come back from adversity, and I think Miami and Orlando are gonna be the protagonist of some huge battles in years to come. I guarantee you that the Florida Classico, El Tropico, however, the war on the turnpike is sure will be heating up in years to come. And like I said, Colorado, it's a Western team. Losing to Western teams, to me, is not the end of the world because it's a team that is in a different conference, and it really does not affect um, our race towards the playoffs. Obviously, aside from if we lose the 3 points, obviously we're stuck in the mud. But if you lose, it's not like you're giving 3 points to somebody that's gonna leapfrog you. But again, we have to give our best. Atlanta, to be honest with you, they're not the Atlanta of years past, in my opinion. Their current manager is not who's gonna take them to their glory days. I always felt that last year they made playoffs because Ro Valentino steadied the ship and was operating the pumps, keeping the ship afloat until Pineda arrived. My opinion, he's not a very good manager, and their place on the table shows. They just lost to a Toronto that is in resurgence, so we will have to see. Like I said, Philadelphia, it's one of the best teams in the East. They have been so last 5 years, so it's going to be a game that definitely we are going to have to put all our energy into. So with that said, what's going to happen is at the end of July, we are certainly going to know who's going to make playoffs and who isn't. At the end of these games, we are going to see a huge separation between those clubs fighting to go into the playoffs and those that are below the red line. September is gonna be what I will call a definition. I'm sorry. August is gonna be August and September are gonna be what I'm gonna call definition months, because those are the months where we're gonna see teams who are 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 try to stay above or get above the playoff line. It is my opinion that in August, if you are 1, 2, 3, you're most likely you're gonna stay there, because you are that good. And if you are in the lower part of the table, season's over. So obviously, football is cruel and unpredictable, so we will have to see what happens. But that's where we are right now. I feel that we are meh. We're a middle of the table team. We had some misfortunes that Pro stuck its nose into the game against Chicago that we should have won. The game against Austin, that in my opinion was a travesty of officiating. And but at the same time, we have benefited from some kindness from Pro, because I feel, and a lot of people who follow Orlando City and who follow MLS feel that game against Houston, that last goal should have counted and they should have tied the game. With that said, about Oscar Pareja, the Will family has put a lot of money into the club. I know some things have been misfortunes, like the situation with Gaston Gonzalez. Nobody saw that coming. But if for example, if we don't win Open Cup and we fail to make playoffs, that will be devastating. Or we fail to, which I don't think is going to happen. Orlando City is going to make playoffs. Um, if we make playoffs and we are out on the first round, I think at that point we have to ask ourselves if Oscar Pareja is just a batting 500 type of manager, somebody that is just gonna get us there year after year. I think the fans are tired of just making it there. Are just tired of the ups and downs. They want a clear winner. The attendance shows that. And while I'm a ride or die, forever a Lion type of fan, I already renewed my season tickets for 2023, and I support my club no matter what. It's really disheartening to see other teams with less time in the league, other teams with less talented staff making it deep into cup runs, winning Open Cup, winning the Supporter Shield, winning MLS Cup, and or teams that just the manager's just a carousel. And they appear to be more successful than us. While I personally like Oscar Pareja, I think he's a leader. He's a great guy and a great manager. It's an industry of results, and I want to win. I want to lift silverware. I think we have been patient enough, and that we have waited long enough. And knowing that the Wills are people who are result driven, if you don't give them what they paid for, they move on. We may see changes in the off season, but I have told people, if we are going to let go of Oscar Pareja, whoever takes his place has to be a head and shoulders a superb manager. I want us to go and get like a manager that is like up here, that is gonna just get us to the promised land. We can't just fire him to just go get a Jason Christ, you know what I mean, or a guy that he's a great assistant somewhere else and he will do great here. I don't want that. I want somebody with a proven track record that is going to come and get us the silverware that we want. With that said, thank you very much. It's been a long video, but covering a lot of topics. Thank you very much for watching. This Wednesday, I'm definitely going to be in attendance against Nashville. So we'll see. Hopefully, good news from that. May God bless you. And as always, vamos Orlando.